Hello everyone. My name is Sonia Riley and I'm going to talk to you about my boring binder. During this presentation I hope to give a synopsis of what I plan to do with the binder to innovate it, make it more modern. We often use the abdominal binder after surgeries, different procedures, but I want to innovate it, make it more 21st century, excuse me. This is the new Raspberry 3 Pi. The Raspberry Pi 3 is a small computer that you can use to program and to make new devices with. It's used a lot of times for cell phones, the base, different other things, but you can do anything with it. I plan to program the Raspberry Pi using the Raspbian software. This here is the motherboard of the Raspberry Pi 3. This is where you connect your Ethernet cables and you program it to do whatever you want. So I plan to program the computer in order to read bowel sounds on my abdominal binder. So no longer will it just be a binder around the stomach, but it will be more innovative. So using this motherboard and other attachments, I plan to create a waveform where we can measure bowel sounds and other things. And in phase two of this discovery, I want to add sensors. So the first thing I'm going to do is program the motherboard. The second thing I'm going to do is add sensors. So in phase two is where we're going to add the computer, and we're actually going to be able to view the waveform with the software, with the instrumentation software. So with the instrumentation software, we're going to be able to view the bowel sounds, measure bowel sounds of hypo, hyper, or normal active, display the waveform, and the eventual goal, which is phase 3, will be to stimulate the basal cells using transcutaneous therapy. In the next slide, just a brief I'll go over a brief pathophysiology of basal cells, which are the pacemaker cells that controls the peristalsis in the GI tract. So the basal cells are located in the smooth muscles and they act as the pacemaker cells in the GI tract. In theory, many GI problems exist because of the lack of nerve stimulation, what we call peristalsis, is because the basal cells have went to sleep. Since the GI tract has its own nervous system, the goal is to find a way to re-stimulate that GI tract. So the goal is to design a system that aids in the restarting of peristalsis. Some of the diseases and conditions that can be helped in vivo, which means from the outside, without going in internally, are gastric paresis, ileus, Nissen fundoplication, colic, abdominal surgery, and post-cesarean section. Goal is to make these to create a non-invasive device that will assist the recovery without being invasive. So hopefully the Raspberry Pi 3 is the answer for this new innovation.